What is a job you would not do even if you were paid $150K a month? Based on my friends' stories, teaching. I hate children. I hate the cliquish nature of schools, which apparently applies to the adults as much as the kids. I hate parents who can accept that their kids aren't perfect. I hate the politics with administration and PTA and the school board, etc. I also have zero patience for people who refuse to put in the effort to learn something. I will be a terrible and miserable teacher. Not enough money in the world to convince me to put myself or my hypothetical students through that. Anything where I had virtually no time off, and anything high stress. My mental health can't handle that shit. Life is about more than work. I'll never look back when I'm old and think, man, I wish I had worked more and spent more time away from the people and things I love. Work is just a way to pay the bills and afford creature comforts. Nothing more. Be president. No sleep, stress 24/7. Always someone tugging at your sleeve to help them, give them money, stop someone from doing something, start someone doing something, save the world. Every president looks much worse after 4 years than the average person. Except for Trump. He looks the same because he just did what he always does, criming. The kind of job that would make you knowingly screw or scam other people. I would never do that for any amount of money. I did have the opportunity once to benefit from something like that. It was just an awful feeling. And my base instinct told me to GTFO out of there immediately, haha. Handing out fines. Of any sort. Fines are only punishment for those who can afford them. If anyone really cared about the cleanliness of a city, we'd hire more cleaners and pay the cleaners a decent wage instead of incentivizing people to hand out fines for littering. It's abhorrent. That's a hard question. Probably something to do with exposure to toxic chemicals in an uncontrolled environment. Anything that isn't unavoidable and serious detriment to your health. Pretty much anything else. You could work for a year or two and live off the interest. Prostitute escort. Nothing against the people who do it, my full respect to them, but I feel the job's not for me. I can't really reciprocate with a person I'm not physically attracted to. Also probably an ugly rich person's personal boy-girl toy, no thank you. There was a company who, after running dog sled chores during the Olympics, had 100 too many huskies after the tourists had left. An employee was tasked with killing them after a vet refused to kill 100 healthy dogs. I wouldn't do that for $150K. Anything that involves killing healthy animals, I would be a bawling mess. I also saw a show where a sewer worker in Mexico put on a fully enclosed diving suit to go down into poop and whatever else you can imagine infested water. Nope. Underground work. I could climb a tower for a large enough amount of money. I trust my body and my safety gear. But no amount of skill and safety can help me when I'm stuck a mile underwater underground. Nursing anywhere that care depends on how much coverage you have, what your credit card limit is, or the arbitrary bureaucracy of someone who never held a dying person's hand. That is a lot of the world. Union busting. Deportation police. Overseeing human rights abuses. I will either refuse these outright, or I take lots of notes to blackmail the asses who enjoy these lines of work. Anything that's so dangerous that I probably won't live to use that money. Illegal is a different story. I will chop up and dispose of all the bodies for that kind of money, finding and removing poisonous snakes from anywhere for that matter. I know there's a huge Reddit community that loves all snakes, but I'm not one of them. I just stumbled across porn, which included a lot of feces. Don't ask. I would never in my life want to be a performer in such films, no matter how much they paid me. I read all the comments this post has so far, and I'd do any of it for $150K a month. I'd quit. I wouldn't do for $1.8 million a year. Y'all are crazy or delusional. Anything relating to factory farming, us house, or processing animals for food. No amount of money would ever make me harm or witness the harming of an animal. $150K a month, and like every comment here, is just regular jobs that millions do for 1/100th of this hypothetical pay. Lol. Y'all are talking straight bullshit. I'd agree with the underwater confined space crowd, but given my current salary I could probably do that for 1 month a year and chill for the other 11. Working at a zoo. I love animals too much to see them in cages all day, and I've heard that all zoo workers stink like a motherfucker. Being one of the guards for the immigrant children, or anything related to abusing children or animals. I'd simply break whoever's job it is at the animal shelter to put down the dogs. No way in hell I could do that for any amount of money. Doing construction maintenance on high buildings. That has always been my fear. I'm afraid I would fall while building. The job where you have to work with law enforcement to watch for details on child porn videos to help catch them. Honestly, The only thing I can think of is being a right-wing talking head on Fox or a worse news organization. Celebrity news unless it was satirical like The Onion. I can't and won't take celebrities seriously. I couldn't be a surgeon. Can barely pop a pimple on another person. I can't even imagine cutting in. Teaching in school. Did it for 20 years for a lot less than 150 kpm but couldn't face another hour now. My old job, owning a company. It dominated my life and kicked my ass even though I made the 150k. One of those crazy jobs where they climb incredibly high to do maintenance. Not for $1 million hour. Climbing under houses through the spiderwebs and cat shit to connect internet lines. Hell nah. Anything to do with medical care where I would regularly encounter blood, vomit, or shit. Surgeon. I couldn't handle someone's life or death depending on me not making a mistake. Professional NFL player. Those tackles? No thanks. I prefer to not get concussions. Any job that has me in very high up places like cleaning a skyscraper or something. Butt stuff. I won't do butt stuff for 150k month. Everything else is fine though. Working with my BF. I love him but could never pull a 40-hour work week with him. Anything where I get fiberglass on me. I've quit several jobs over that. I will eat shit naked on a skyscraper welding bombs for 1.8 meters a year. Slaughterhouse, more specifically the killing floor, couldn't do it. Anything to do with reptiles. No amount of money could entice me. Anything life-threatening, I wouldn't do for any amount of money. Any job that intentionally fucks over poor or oppressed people. Listen to the voices of Justin Trudeau and Christina Freeland. For that kind of money I would club baby seals 12 hours a day. Televangelist. I can't lie to people and also beg for money. Handling snakes in any way shape or form. Alive or dead. The guy that opens the mail for a fecal test center,